I hate this thing. Okay, I'm not talking about the guitar, I'm talking about the Floyd Rose Tremolo system. It's not authentic. It's either a license or a special. I'm not quite sure which it is. It says Jackson by Floyd Rose on it. I bought this back in April of 2018, and I got it professionally set up. The plate here it's perfectly parallel with the body of the guitar as it should be. I'll show it to you later. But when I first got it and I was locking the nuts up here, I stripped it because I went too hard. Had to get a new nut plate from Jackson. After that came in, put it in, and then I started using less torque when I was tightening up the nut plate and the locking screws over here. And as I read on the internet, they said turn it till it doesn't turn anymore, don't hamburger fist it, and then just use your fingers to do another quarter turn, which I started doing. That seemed to work better. But it still started going out of tune. So I did a lot of research on other people who had this similar systems, and I wanted to see what they came up with. So I came up with a few different things that they said all helped. And I went through every single one of those, which I'm going to show you next, and I'm hoping that all those put together will keep this from going out of tune. Now, I put new strings on this, I'd say a week or two ago, and I have not locked this, and I have not used the whammy bar at all. And as I've been playing every day, not a whole lot, but maybe 10-15 minutes a day, it has not been going out of tune. It's pretty much been staying in tune. So I think that's a good sign it's broken in, and then we can start the experiment. So let me show you what I first did. Okay, first thing I did was to use this WD-40, it's a dry lube PTFE spray. And you can see me here doing a hyper pull on it and spraying inside those posts right there. I know the best way is, ideally you're supposed to take all of the equipment apart and do the post by itself, but that's not reasonable at this point. And I do a dive bomb spray in there as well, both sides, and then kind of go back and forth, do a pull and push on it so it gets in there. And then the next thing I did was put strings on that I normally don't put on. I usually use Ernie ball, but I use these S.I.T sit strings. They're supposed to be really good for keeping it in tune. Same gauge, so hopefully that will have some kind of effect. We'll see. I don't remember where I found this way to put on the strings. I tried a few different ways. This one was getting really good reviews. See, I go through the tuning peg hole there. I bend a little bit, and I come back around and swing it underneath the string. It's a bit hard to see. I should have focused a little more on that. Then come back up and go around the post and hold it in place as I tune it in. You might not know, but I'm doing this one string at a time, so I don't change that tremolo plate that should be level with the guitar body. I know some people take all strings off and put something there to hold it up, but here I'm just doing it one string at a time, which I also read is a good thing to keep it stable. Okay, got this from the people at the forum on the Jackson. I don't remember what Jackson forum I go to, but they sent me a link to a video of a guy doing it, and I started just doing what he was doing. And I find it better if I hold it down with a towel in the back there and go through all the strings and pull them like that. And then I also read that Dimebag Darrell, he used to take, after doing something like this, he would then go to each fret, all 6 strings, and do like a whole bend on every single fret. And I did that as well. I did not record it, but who knows? Maybe that'll make a difference as well. Okay, and the last thing here, I read this on, I want to say it was an Ibanez forum. I tried to find it again, I couldn't find it. This one kind of made sense to me. After kind of getting your strings in tune here, all I'm doing is going to do dive bombs and hyper pulls back and forth, and you have to end on a dive bomb. And then you do this a few times. You check the strings, see if they're in tune, and then you go through the process again. And I probably did this, I want to say, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 times each day for maybe 2 or 3 days, and it gradually got better. And obviously I think this helps breaking the strings as well, loosening them up and so they don't get stuck on you. But I did it maybe 2 or 3 days till it didn't really, I mean, it would, obviously it still goes out of tune, but not as, in the beginning it was really bad. And that was kind of the last thing that I did, hoping that it would work. So let's get on to the experiment and see if this is going to work or not. Alright, got the guitar set up, got the tuner here, hopefully you can see it. So let's go by the strings one by one. Sometimes it thinks it's A for some reason, but it's D. Alright, it's in tune. Alright, now let's tighten it up. Okay, it's not moving anymore. It's tight. Now just using my fingers, turn just a little bit more. Alright, now that we have that, let's go back here. Wow. So I'd like to do some fine tuning here with the controllers here in the back. Alright, here comes the real test. Start using some whammy action and see what happens. Oh! Wow. That just concluded this experiment. Okay, back from putting the string back on. It did not actually break, it just slipped out of the bridge there, or the saddle. And let's try this again. Everything's in tune, everything's locked down. Alright, let's try this whammy bar again and see what happens. Alright, here we go. Let's see what it comes out to be. After that, sharp, sharp, flat, sharp, sharp, flat. So he sounds like this. Nope, did not work. That's disappointing. Okay, none of those worked out. I don't know, I kind of saw it coming. What am I doing wrong? Or is this to be expected with a licensed one, a license or special? I'm not quite sure. Let me know. But I did come across this guy here on YouTube, and he's not locking the locking nuts up top. He's got locking tuners installed at the headstock. I think they're Planet Waves Diodario. Now listen to this.
I mean, he's totally abusing this thing. And then, you know, he watch him. He goes for the tuning.
Yeah. 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 Perfect.
And there you go. I mean, it's staying tuned just from the locking tuners of the headstock. Is that enough? This guy here says that if you put more string, what are these called? I don't know, the tension strings in the back of the guitar, that if you add, I guess if you add more, it's going to stabilize the tuning, so always return to the position. And then we have something here called trem set or hip shot. So that's supposed to be the same idea, that it returns everything back to a neutral position. So whether you're hyperpulling or dive bombing, it just goes back to a neutral, so you always be in tune. At this point, you know, I'm stuck. I've got a tremolo system that doesn't seem to work. I don't know if it's a lemon. It could be user error. I'm totally willing to admit that. If it is, give me some suggestions. Do I just need to get an authentic tremolo system like a Schaller or something like that? Obviously, it's pretty expensive. I'm a little afraid of installing something that's like $200 and some dollars in a $350, $400 guitar, but it's kind of pointless to have this tremolo system if you know, I can't use it. So I'm at a loss right now. I'm using it as if it were a hardtailed, and it's kind of defeats the purpose. So have any suggestions? I totally welcome them. Any kind of criticism, if I did something wrong, let me know. Put it in the comments, and thanks for watching.